GPD, I'm going to give you guys a little tiny bit of a history lesson, and it's not ancient history, it's recent history. So a lot of you probably will remember this. There was this story a couple of years back where when the GPD Win 4 was coming out, and GPD had announced that they were working with Valve to get Steam OS on the GPD Win 4. I made a video about it. I don't remember if you did or not, Rich, but we're like, yes, Steam OS is awesome. We want to be able to play or use Steam OS in more places. So this is a win for everybody. And then I think it was Pierre-Loup Graffet or Lawrence Yang. I can't remember which one, but one of them was asked about it. I believe that was around CES time, or maybe it was around like a big event time, and they were asked about it, and they were like, yeah, I don't know what they're talking about because we're not working with GPD Win on getting SteamOS on their hardware. And the reason that I bring all this up is because GPD is at it again, right? Now there are two of them, essentially. They announced recently that the GPD Win 5 is getting official Bazzite support. I saw this over on Reddit. One of their representatives posted that they were going to have official Bazzite support. And if you had questions about Bazzite, you could hop in the GPD Win Discord and get help that way. Well, Kyle Gospinetich, who is the lead of Bazzite, who's a friend of the show, he's been on the show before, he piped up and said, no, we're not working with them at all. So, or I think actually I want to get the phrasing right. He said, GPD lied to you. Sorry. We don't officially work with anyone. We make hardware work, and that's it. I have no recent contact from them. And I found that that quote over at Gaming on Linux. So my question is, why does GPD does GPD keep lying about what companies they're working with when it comes to operating systems? Are they doing it just to get like, oh my gosh, they're working on this, so now we'll pay attention to them? Do you feel, Rich, like it's just like it's a pay attention to me please kind of thing, or do you think it's a communication issue?
Yeah, I would have to err towards communication, but certainly like you see sort of the obvious that, yeah, this does generate hype, this does generate buzz, even if it's only for a niche community. I think just the fact that GPD are making this announcement show that they're doing it for a reason, even if it's with good intentions, and that reason would be to generate interest, right? Even looking at their Reddit post, however, you can see sort of like the struggling with the language, right? It says the official adaptation of GPD Win 5 is happening. If you're got any issues on Bazzite, please join our Discord to consult with Bazzite representer. So I don't know what that means, right? So it's very curious. And you mentioned the situation with GPD Win 4. Something similar happened with the Anbernic Win 600, where it was slated to launch with Steam OS. At least that was what the marketing materials said, where you can get it with Windows, but you can also kind of flash it with Steam OS, and they would provide instructions for that. But really it just turned out to be hollow ISO. So yeah, it might be a mix of both, between misunderstanding and maybe a little excitement to get something out there. But I would say even if it is miscommunication, misunderstanding, they have a duty to do better. This is a product that they're selling to folks for a lot of money, and there are, even if they're not paying for like official translations or official like English language press releases, I know that they have a lot of enthusiasts in their Discord, in their community, that are willing to help out with a press release in proper language, right? Like something that makes sense and something that can be fact checked. So it's unfortunate that they have this, and especially because Kyle and the Bazzite crew are someone that they're easy to find, they're easy to reach out to, even if you're not necessarily working with them, like you have a paying relationship or something like that. I'm sure they would, if you want to send them hardware, they're probably going to be very happy to support that hardware.
And they wouldn't even have to be sent hardware. Like when you got access to the Lenovo Legion Go, no, was it the Legion Go or was it?
It was the ROG Ally X. So yeah, that's
Right.
true. They didn't even need the Ally X. I fed them a bunch of information based on tests that they were giving me to run, and they were able to support the Ally X almost 100% without actually having an Ally X in hand.
Without it, and it hadn't even come out yet. It was like that was when we got pre-release units for it.
Correct. That's true.
Yeah. So part of me feels like this is a hype generation tactic. I'm not going to say that it is because I don't know. And, you know, I don't want to like point fingers when I could absolutely be wrong. But you said that like maybe they were just trying to generate hype, even though it's a small percentage of the population that uses Linux and would be excited about that. But when you look at how many GPD Win devices sell, it's extremely low numbers. So generating any kind of hype, even with a small population, would it could be a big win for them. Pun not intended. It could be a big win for them, you know, as far as sales go. And, you know, I have only held a GPD or a GPD device once. That was when I was at PAX, and Carrie was there. He brought his, and it was me and Carrie and Bob Wolf and a bunch of other guys that we had met at the con. And Carrie pulled that thing out, and we were just passing it around the table, and all of us were like, this thing feels awesome. And, you know, the GPD Win 5, that thing is bonkers powerful. Like, it's so much overkill that I'm sure that there's a lot of people that would love to get their hands on that device and have it run Bazzite or any version of Linux would be great. So I applaud that they want to do that. I just wish that they would stop announcing things before they're real. You know what I mean? It just seems kind of weird.
100%. Yeah. I hope they learn from this. History has shown that they have made mistakes like this in the past, as you pointed out, but I hope they can finally learn from this and move on to some factual and accurate press releases.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is GPD just trying to generate hype, or do you think it's just a communication error? Let us know in the comments section down below that like button what you guys think. All right, let's move on to our next topic. And the next topic is